Today is April 11th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey. Rammer, the Cardinals get going here in about an hour out in Colorado. Last night looked like maybe we were seeing a few sparks of something, and then it all just fell apart those last few innings.
Well, I think for the most part, the Cardinals starting pitching is just digging holes early, game after game after game. You know, Montgomery was an exception, but till they figure that out, and it's starting to become such a trend, I'm going to throw out a question. I doubt you know because you're not there like me, especially on the road. Do the Cardinals still do the thing where all the starting pitchers go out and watch a guy warm up and do the side and all that? Are they still doing those traditional things?
I thought that was just a spring training thing.
No, it didn't used to be. Used to be all season long.
Oh, that's not something. I don't think I've seen that
in a while. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that happen. So I always thought that was just a spring training thing that they did.
My point is, I think like we should be looking at game prep, and even if it's all coincidental, what if you just dial something up for a little placebo, mental placebo? Hey guys, let's change it up so we come out hot. These are the things you can do in management to kind of play some positive mind games.
Let's talk about management as before we get into tonight's game. By the way, we are brought to you by Royal Banks of Missouri and Mungenast St. Louis Acura. The last night, late in the game, we saw a play, bases loaded, but ground ball back to the pitcher, flips it home, and Wilson Contreras, the foot on TV clearly looked like it was not on home plate, and after a while, Ali Marmol came out, and the umpires basically said, you waited too long, you can't challenge it. Every angle they showed, I never saw his foot on the plate. And then Ali afterwards says that, he tried to challenge it and they wouldn't let him. So that not only would that have been a bad challenge, it then makes him look bad not getting out there soon enough in the time allotted to make that challenge, right?
Well, if that were the whole story. Now, the rest of the story.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into just how bad of a play it was.
Well, Contreras tagged him. He was out.
Contreras
he was out by a full step.
I didn't see Contreras' foot on the plate. It was a force out.
He tagged him.
I never saw the tag. I don't recall seeing the tag. Okay.
He tagged him. And so where was the verbal disconnect between Contreras and Ali? And to me, it's just a miscommunication. He's got to say, I tagged him. Ali's got to immediately call for the replay. The ump was screened out because of the runner in the way of the tag. He's got to ask for help. They got to try and get it right. It's an example of all the participants not communicating. Didn't have anything to do with the conclusion of the game, win or lose, but it is an example of miscommunication on the field. And while we've got the clocks and we're speeding it up, that's all good. Not complaining about that, but it just shows that we've got to communicate better, faster.
The Cardinals tonight will take on Kyle Freeland, a matchup of two pitchers who were on Team USA together. Miles Mikolas, Kyle Freeland, righty versus a lefty at 7:40 in Colorado. This is a lineup we have not seen the Cardinals come out with yet this year, Rammer, as they face a lefty. It will look like this. And our lineups are brought to you by Bootleggin' Barbecue at 5401 Shoto. We will be soon. We'll be doing a show from out there or at the Bootleg and Bob's. We will be out there doing a Daily Cards Live at some point here in the next few weeks. Rammer, the lineup looks like this. It's Brendan Donovan in left field tonight. Tommy Edman at shortstop. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Nolan Arenado at third. Wilson Contreras is behind the plate. Tyler O'Neill in center field. Jordan Walker in right field. Juan Yepes DHing. And Taylor Motter is at second base. I'll let you comment on that before I get the Rockies lineup.
Well, to me, Nolan Gorman has shown that he's not a platoon guy. Ollie must disagree, unless they're just trying to find a day and use this as an excuse. And that's okay with me. Boy, you hope at this point, this early in the season, when a guy's red hot, you don't want to suggest that he's a platoon guy. That's how I feel about Gorman. But I got to be full disclosure. Going into spring training, I'm thinking in my head, when you write down your lineups and how your roster construction is, I'm thinking of him as a platoon DH guy. Yeah. I think he's shown he's better than that now.
And you have options late in the game for where you want to put him in the lineup, whether you have him hit for Yepes or for Mater, go in there and play second base. So the options are there for when you want to strike with him. And Kyle Freeland's a good left-handed pitcher. Maybe you just don't want to put Gorman in those situations yet. Maybe you still want to give him some more chances to work against the lefty, and you want to put your best lineup out there to face a left-handed pitcher. So Donovan leading off, though, against a lefty. That's the first time we've seen that this year.
Well, your leadoff guy, I think Donovan, if he plays well, relative to last year, he can hit anybody. So I'm not worried about him. But, again, Gorman, and then I didn't think about it, too, Burleson, has he shown he's a platoon guy? I think – I can't speak for Ollie, but I think he's just using it as a way to get other guys some at-bats. And I'm okay with that. It doesn't appear to me that Burleson, who hits the ball so hard, and Gorman, who's off to a hot start, appear to be platoon guys, but you want to get guys into the lineup. So I'm okay with it.
The Rockies lineup looks like this. Jerkson Profar in left, Chris Bryan in right. Ryan McMahon is at second. CJ Crone at first. Mike Moustakas DHing tonight. Elias Diaz is catching. Harold Castro is at third. Jonathan Daza is in center. And Ezequiel Tovar is at short for the Rockies this evening.
Keep Blackman away from us.
You know what?
Blackman away from us.
Against Mikolas, I mean, he must have some really terrible numbers career-wise against Mikolas, right?
I don't care what the numbers say. I don't want to see him. Thank you very much for the help.
He is a favorite of mine. I had a chance. I don't have I told you my Charlie Blackman story, my one interaction with Charlie.
I've heard it, but please regale our viewers and listeners with the tale.
Yeah, this was at the Cleveland All-Star game. I was walking. This was after their media session, and I'm walking just in the hallways of the whatever convention center, wherever it might have been. And here, walking towards me is Charlie Blackman, and I'm there once again with Ben Boyd. And I tell him, I say, Ben, I go grab your phone and start recording, and I say, Charlie, I said, do you think you have the best mullet in all of Cleveland? And he responds, I've seen some good ones so far. Not sure. That moment right there has made Charlie Blackman a favorite of mine.
That's a good one. That's really good.
I'm trying to pull up the numbers here for Miles Mikolas versus Charlie Blackman and get an idea of why he might not be in the lineup for the Rockies tonight. I don't recall him getting hurt yesterday in the game or anything like that.
By the way, not like Dylan Carlson. There's no doubt in my mind that Dylan would be in center field if he hadn't jammed his neck a little bit diving for a ball yesterday. He would be in center, and probably O'Neill would be in left, and probably Mater wouldn't be in the game if Carlson was available.
Charlie Blackman in 15 at-bats against Miles Mikolas in his career has a 200 average, 1 home run. So not great numbers.
I think they're doing us a favor.
Yeah, Mike Moustakas, 13 at-bats, a 308 average against Miles Mikolas. So that's there you go. That's why Mike Moustakas getting the start over Charlie Blackman. But we probably will see Charlie Blackman at some point in the game here tonight.
Probably.
So Cardinals and Rockies. This is the worst Cardinal start since 2017, I believe, a 3-7 start. They, you know what? They need to start racking up some wins. This is not something they can't crawl back out of and get back on top of. A injured Pirates team coming in and a traveling Diamondbacks team coming in after this week. So it's a chance to get the ship right with a couple wins here to wrap up the series in Denver.
You know, as long as the young you don't ever worry about the veterans. I think especially against right-handers, you drop Contreras down again and use your lineup with the hot guys. We talk about that. But throughout the lineup, guys are hitting the ball hard. They're going to get the benefit of that as we move forward. I'm not real concerned. I am a little concerned about starters throwing strikes and putting the ball where they want it right at the beginning of the game and sort of setting a tone. I think that is critical.
Jordan Walker again yesterday extends his hit streak to 10, tying the best start to a career. Yep. I believe Eddie Murphy. Not Eddie Murray, the former Oriole, Eddie Murphy.
48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop.
Exactly.
Saturday Night Live. Mm-hmm. And who knew he played baseball prior?
Exactly. It was really good at it. On top of that,
lame. Sorry.
No, what was Eddie Murphy? What was like from 19? Yeah, 19. I was gonna say like 1910, 1911, 1912, somewhere around there. Yeah. Long before our time. He was getting base hits as a 20-year-old back in the day. Hey, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Daily Cards Live, brought to you each and every day by Royal Banks of Missouri and Munganast St. Louis Acura. Find them online at stlouisacura.com. I think when I started doing live reads for Munganast St. Louis Acura, they were like a 28-time national Acura Precision Team winner. Now they are a 31-time Acura Precision Team winner, the nation's only 31-time Acura Precision Team winner. You can shop from home at stlouisacura.com, or you can go see them at 13720 Manchester Road in St. Louis. Talked with Jamie Burkhart the other day, and he was telling us just how many brand new 2023s, brand new MDXs they are getting in at St. Louis Acura. So go out there if you are looking for that brand new Acura. They have them there at Munganast St. Louis Acura. That'll do it for us today. Back after the game tomorrow. It's an early game. Jack Flaherty on the mound for the Cardinals tomorrow afternoon. We'll have a recap of that as the Cardinals make their way back for a 7-game homestand following that game. Enjoy it tonight, folks. Also, hey, playoff basketball starting too. When are you and Rock got a 2-man game coming up before the postseason, I assume?
Tonight.
Oh, okay.
Tonight, probably around give or take 9:30.
All right, sounds good. He's Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been Daily Cards Live, brought to you by Royal Banks, Missouri, and Munganast St. Louis Acura.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.